Hello and welcome back to a brand new video of Fox Flicks on Connie X. Today we're going to see how he gives the Scarlet Paradox Pokemon full evolution lines. Let's go.
Pokemon Day 2023 is tomorrow as of time of publishing, and that's got this Digimon boy kind of excited about what we might see from the future of Pokemon.
Wait, hold on, let's see. This was uploaded on just 20 hours ago, so that would mean that today of the recording, February 27th, is in fact Pokemon Day. Oh, well, congrats. That's awesome. Let's go on.
Especially more what a potential DLC might tell us about the Paradox Pokemon of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And something I really wanted to see during my Pal Day in Adventure was Prevos and Evos for those Paradox Pokemon. What would the Igglybuff to Screamtail's Jigglypuff look like? Well, today with some phenomenal artists, I am giving every past Paradox Pokemon from Pokemon Scarlet their full evolution lines.
Let's go!
And hey, custom art requires, well, custom money. Bye! I choose you! Yesterday's video is...
Let's go.
Digital companions, my name is Khan EX and welcome back to a Pokemon video. I know, I'm known as a DigiTuber, but one of the top search results for Khan EX is Khan EX Pokemon. The majority of videos you're watching are Pokemon videos besides mine and a couple of other Digimon YouTubers. So I figured it's time that this DigiTuber got his own Paradox form. I guess I'm a monster tuber now. Well, I guess it's better than a monster
Whoa!
Hello?
Pokemon videos, huh?
Brandon, good to see you. Well, yeah, you knew this day was coming, right?
I did. I didn't want to admit it to myself, but it's time. Goodbye, Karn. Good luck, buddy. The Digimon community will always remember you. Goodbye, Karn. Goodbye.
Hey,
I don't think he's straight up just leaving Digimon for Pokemon. He's a monster tuber. So, yeah.
Thanks means a lot, really. I mean, I'm still making Digimon videos too, but anyway.
Is this bit over then?
Oh, yeah, here's $20 for helping me smooth over the transition.
Yeah, whatever. Doing it by himself. Whatever. I don't care.
Anyway, we begin with the Scarlet Titan Great Tusk. This past or possibly imagined Donphan, of course, needs a Prevo. And that is where Capney stepped in to breathe life into Tiny Tusk. A ground fighting type just like Great Tusk. Sightings of this diminutive Pokemon have...
Look at that thing! It's so adorable! But knowing how powerful it is, that thing could still tip over a 2-ton truck.
Occurred in recent years. The name Tiny Tusk is of uncertain origin, but is often used to refer to this Pokemon due to its evolution Great Tusk's name being listed in a certain book. With its resemblance to an ancient version of Fampi, you don't want to underestimate this baby bulldozer. But then what about Brute Bonnet? Well, there is a baby among us. Among us? Yes, of course, a Paradox version of Fungus gives us Baby Bonnet drawn by Dry.
Aww.
This grass dark type is of course the pre-evolution of Brute Bonnet, although it's still uncertain whether this is an actual ancient Pokemon or simply the imagination of a dubious magazine's editor. Either way, I'm so happy with the name Baby Bonnet, you know, like a baby's bonnet, but also the common bonnet, a species of mushroom, just like Brute Bonnet, aka Amogus. Coming up with the name Baby Bonnet is honestly half the reason I made this video. Alright, Johto love, we love to see it. And of course, in Sinnoh, Miss Trevis got an evolution in Miss Magius. Miss Magius, your mileage may vary. And for Fluttermane, we wanted to create a paradoxical witch evolution that can take to the sky, so All Trade created Wicked Mane, a ghost fairy type Pokemon known for its terrifying
Catch that, put on your team, name it Yaga Baba.
silhouettes. Flocks of Wicked Mane are rumored to take flight when the moon is full, sowing discord and misery among anyone they cross. It does have some similarity to a pterosaur ghost from a paranormal magazine, however it may ultimately be a coincidence.
Oop, cut. And we're back.
And from Johto we move to Unova to Slitherwing, the past paradox of Volcarona. A lot of very specifically Unova and Johto love in Scarlet and Violet, huh? I'm sure that don't mean nothing. Pokemon Day could be interesting. Well, anyway, Slitherwing evolves from Sleepy Wing.
I mean, oh, that is adorable, and I would hug the hell out of that. It's already been confirmed that we're getting DLC for Scarlet and Violet that is Kalos.
Also drawn by Capney. Sleepy Wings.
Well, okay, it hasn't been confirmed that that's Kalos, but we are all theorizing because everything they've shown up to this point is pointing to Kalos.
It's a little guy, a bug fighting type Pokemon that is generally slow, sleepy, and keen to find a dark place to snooze. But if you disturb it, oh, better watch out. But what about Pokemon that typically don't just have pre-evolutions, but evolutions too, a full evolution line? Well, that brings us to Sandy Shocks, who is the Paradox Magneton. But he needs his own Magnemite and Magnezone. So I present Single Shocks and...
I thought he was gonna do a Screamtail, but no, this is fine.
Static Shocks drawn by Soru.
Ooh,
Single
love
Shocks
it.
is a simplified Sandy Shocks, an electric ground type Pokemon that seemingly resembles a form of Magnemite that lived for 10,000 years. At least, again, according to that paranormal magazine. Single Shocks is a lonely little guy just learning how to use its magnetism to gather iron filings around itself for devastating attacks. Then, to continue our grounded magnets, our Magnezone equivalent is Static Shocks, again a ground electric type.
Honestly, hold on. Sorry, just give me a moment.
Our Magnezone equivalent
no, not yet.
is
Hold
Static
on.
Shocks.
There. Okay, now that we got it, I want to say, first of all, this I really love. It's like some kind of medieval, prehistoric samurai warrior. It's the iron filings on top looking like a hell. Oh, everything about it is just screaming like Oni General.
Again, a ground electric type. Myself, SomeGuy944, and the artist Soru all collaborated quite heavily on the themes and ideas for this Pokemon, thinking a fun inspiration for the already chunky, shall we say, Magnezone could be a sumo, a sport all about connection to and moving over the ground. A great match for the ground electric type of the Shocks. We also kind of felt that Sandy Shock's top piece of iron filings hair, if you will, kind of resembled the top knot of a Yokozuna, the highest rank in sumo. And that the kind of teeth that Sandy Shocks has would be fun to turn into the Shide on a Sumo Suna, the zigzag lightning streamers which connects back to the electric type half of this Magnemite family. Static Shocks is a heavy combat Pokemon rumoured to have existed over 2,000 years ago, and is fiercely competitive but also a good sport in combat. Then that brings us to Screamtail, who SomeGuy944 took on board to create its Igglybuff equivalent, Tiny Tail. This is a solo-type psychic Pokemon, no fairy here like Screamtail. Just finding its voice, but you bet it's getting ready to scream. SomeGuy944 kept the yellow eyes of Screamtail, and I think that to me is where this new psychic energy comes from. I decided not to make Tiny Tail a dual type just because Igglybuff is a very baby Pokemon, but it does still change its type, making it feel like a paradox. And then Screamtail's Wigglytuff equivalent is Tantrum Tail. This paradox Pokemon will scream, yell, and demand attention at its slightest inconvenience. It's a powerful attacker too, with its fairy psychic typing, and is just as good physically as it is at causing mental damage. With the hair focus,
I can honestly see that this in battle, just like maybe it yells to shock an opponent, make them stumble, before it whips the ponytail around and smacks them using like Ion Tail.
Of Screamtail, it just made sense to me in SomeGuy944 that the natural evolution of that hair would be a Karen haircut. She'd definitely want to see Area Zero's manager.
oh, come on, not yet. And we're back. Let's go.
And then finally is the evolution line for our past Paradox Salamence. Roaring Moon's full evolution line, which begins with the Bagon Paradox Crescent Moon. The name may seem a little off, but I figured a crescent is one of the smallest phases of the moon, and is also reflected in the helmet parts of Bagon and Crescent Moon, which is a Dragon Dark type, just like Roaring Moon. It's said this Pokemon yearns for a connection to a certain other region, but in its diminutive state is often mistaken for a small Croconaw, much to its chagrin. Though they are both unrelated, I guess they are both ancient Pokemon. Crescent Moon being a past Paradox Pokemon, and Croconaw being based on a crocodile, which is one of the longest existing creatures. But basking over the moon, perhaps even with a moon stone, Crescent Moon can evolve to Full Moon. Yeah, with the moon theme of Roaring Moon, looking back at the big round white ball that is shell gone, it just made sense to me that it should be called Full Moon. Again, a Dragon Dark type, but it wouldn't surprise me if this Pokemon could learn Moonblast. Though this past Paradox Pokemon may not be as ancient as you may expect. There are pages documenting a similar creature found in an expedition journal, but who really knows this Pokemon's physical origin or indeed region of origin? And that's it. Here are all of our new evolutions for the past Paradox Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. I wanted to do something big, a full custom art video for my first proper Just Pokemon video. If you want to see me do the inverse and give full evolution lines to all of the future Paradox Pokemon from Violet, please do let me know. I hope you all have a wonderful Pokemon day tomorrow. tomorrow. And yeah,
I guess you technically don't have to do Delibot, aka Ion Bundle, considering even Delibot itself is a solo stage.
I'm excited to start doing Digimon and Pokemon and maybe other stuff. So if you like this, liking, subscribing, commenting, all that YouTube actually does help. Especially in this case as we're trying new stuff. So thank you so much to...
Alright folks, that's what we're going in this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Khan, congrats on making your first ever Pokemon solo vid, and I hope to see more in the future. Anyway folks, that's going to be the end, and remember, link is in the description. Like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I'll see all of you folks next time when we flick on. Peace out.